Hi, I'm Miss Marcie, and you are listening to Conversations with Miss Marcie podcast. If you are looking for watered down conversations, this might not be the podcast for you. I'm just saying. Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of Conversations with Miss Marcie. I am your host, Miss Marcie. I hope that everybody is doing well today. I actually am. I'm feeling really good. This has been a good, productive week. And first, let me go ahead and give my thank yous and my acknowledgements at the front. Y'all know I like to give my thank yous and everything on the front end. So, thank you so much for tuning in to this podcast. Thank you so much for sharing this podcast. I do appreciate all the support and all the feedback. You know, people be hitting me up and stuff. And I really do appreciate that. If you want to send an email or anything, send it to conversationswithmissmarcie@gmail.com. Also, check out my website, www.missmarcie.com. And follow me on Instagram at Conversations with Miss Marcie. All right, so we got that out the way. Oh, the topic for the day. So, I was asked a question. One of my good girlfriends asked me this question, a couple days ago. And I said, that'd be good to talk about. Somebody asked me, Marcie, do you care about your mate's past? And I said, hell yeah, I do. Shit, hell yeah. And, you know, I know some people feel like I don't need to know everything. I don't need to know their past. Okay. I'm not saying I need to know every nook and cranny about my mate's past, but I need to know a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, I feel like when you're in a relationship with someone, there needs to be transparency, okay? In order for there to be trust, there needs to be some transparency. And I'm the type of person, I feel like if I feel like someone is not wanting to share certain things about their past, I might get a little leery. I feel like if somebody don't want to tell you about their past, they might not be serious about you. And now I'm not saying, and let me say this, and this doesn't mean that you need to take somebody's past and use it against them. You know what I'm saying? As a weapon. If somebody shares some things with you about their past, don't use it. Don't weaponize it. Don't use it as a weapon. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm saying I really do think it's important for me to know. Like, I mean, you know, especially depending on what the fuck is in your past. You know, like, shit. I mean, if you like, okay, so if you sold drugs, okay, they ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping off that. You used to sell drugs, or you used to be a little bit of a player, you know what I'm saying? You used to have your way with a lot of women. Okay. Now, I can probably deal with that too, but as long as ain't no residual, honey, no residue from that type of shit, you know what I'm saying, still lingering within you today, okay? But I ain't really tripping off that either if that's your past. But I feel like when somebody don't really want to talk about their past, to me, it makes me feel like they're not over their past. Like they still got some stuff going on. You know what I mean? I'm just not one of those people that, you know, you're not going to tell me, oh, it don't matter. You know, you don't need to know. Yes, I do need to know. You let me make the decision of whether it matters or not. You know what I'm saying? Because for instance, you know, I need to know like your patterns. Like, you know, what are your patterns? Like, you know, do you have a habit of cheating on women? You know what I'm saying? Like every relationship you were in, did you have a habit of cheating? You know, did you have a habit of putting your hands on bitches? I definitely need to know something like that. Shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, honey. Shit. You know, did you sold drugs? Was you ever on drugs? You know what I'm saying? Like some shit like that, you know, stuff like that. I think it's important. It is. And I feel like, you know, you can't hide certain things from people. You know, did you ever kill somebody? Have you ever killed somebody? You know what I'm saying? That's important to know, you know. And, you know, you just need to know these type of things because, you know, you don't want to be out with your mate or whatever. And, you know, y'all at the barbecue or something and You know, hell, he might got that messy ass aunt. You know, everybody got a messy ass aunt in their family. You know, you got that messy ass aunt that she spilled the tea about some shit from his past, and you be looking all stupid like, hold up, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I didn't know you served time in prison. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't want nobody to be able to introduce you to your mate. You know what I mean? And I feel like no matter how ugly or how, you know, uncomfortable it is, I feel like you, like I said, you still should disclose certain types of information with someone. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I remember a while back I had met a guy, and, you know, he told me, you know, his past. You know, he kind of told me like as soon as we met, and he said he just wanted to be honest and things like that. And, you know, he had been caught up in some fucking money scandals, you know, back in his younger years or whatever, where it caused him to serve some prison time or whatever. Now, we never end up getting together or anything like that, but it was still good that he was honest enough. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was on some fraudulent shit, you know, back when he was a little bit younger, you know, before I ever crossed paths with him. And like I said, because he did some prison time behind it, he said he wanted me to know about it. And I respected that. But one of my friends was like, oh, he told you that? That's a red flag because he told you so much so soon. I didn't look at it as a red flag. I thought it was, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was a good thing, you know? I mean, because for all he know, I could have been the type of person that a guy that served prison time could have been a deal breaker for me. You know what I mean? So he was giving me the option to even decide if I wanted to continue to talk to him or not. So that's just my opinion. I feel like you do need to know things about your mate's past, like things like their upbringing, because stuff like that plays a part on that's going to play a heavy part on the relationship or the marriage or whatever. Their upbringing, you know. Was this person brought up in a household where he saw his dad beating the shit out of his mama, or hell, his mama beating the shit out of his dad? Was he brought up in a house where, you know what I'm saying, his parents argued all the time? Or, you know, I'm just saying, like, was he brought up in a house where his father, you know, was the provider and went and made all the money while his mama stayed home? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to know these type of things because it's going to play a role in your relationship. I mean, and stuff like, you know, I care to know, like, you know, have you ever raped some damn body? Like, you know, some shit like that. Like, have you ever been convicted of rape or a molestation or some shit like that? Hell yeah. You want to know some shit like that, you know? Because if any of that is in your past, honey, we ain't got no damn future, baby. But you know what? I wonder, speaking of something like that, I wonder, like, for guys who have been convicted of stuff like that, and let's say they did their time or whatever, they did their time and maybe they're out of prison now or whatever, and you meet somebody who has that in their past or whatever, and they have done their prison time and now they're out, you know, and they're out now and they're trying to get their life on track and, you know, get to, you know, be a better person or whatever. Could you date somebody like that? I want y'all to chime in and leave a message, you know, leave a comment or whatever. Like, could you date somebody who, like I said, was once convicted of like murder? Well, murder, I'm gonna say murder depends on the case. Murder depends on the situation. So if you murdered somebody but it was in self-defense or something like that, like, you know, somebody killed your mom or your dad and you went and killed them, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. I mean, that might be an exception, you know. And if you totally are, you know, you totally are a good human being, and you are, you know, you served your time, and you know, you are on, you know, you totally, you know what I'm saying? I could probably make an exception for something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, thanks so much for listening. That's it for now. To finish listening to the rest of this podcast, go on over to Anchor, Spotify, iHeart, Apple, and any other podcast platform.